Manny Pacquiao wants to face Gervonta Davis, but with one condition on the negotiating table. Manny Pacquiao interested in Gervonta Davis, but under certain conditions. Boxing could be facing one of the most talked about fights in recent years. Manny Pacquiao, a living legend and the only world champion in 8 divisions, has set his sights on Gervonta Davis. However, the Filipino is not willing to accept the fight under any conditions. He wants it to be contested at a higher weight than the American dominates. Pacquiao's challenge: moving up to 145 or 147 pounds. At 46 years old, and after a draw against Mario Barrios, Pacquiao reaffirmed that he is not ready to hang up his gloves. Pacman directly pointed to Gervonta Davis as his ideal opponent, but was emphatic in stating that the fight would have to take place at 145 or 147 pounds. The request poses a huge challenge for Davis, who has built his career in lower weight classes, shining at 130 and 135 pounds with fearsome knockout power. Moving up to welterweight would be uncharted territory for him, something that could tip the scales in favor of the Filipino's experience. A generational battle. The potential matchup between Pacquiao and Davis not only pits 2 different styles against each other, but also represents a generational clash. On one side, a veteran who has made boxing history over 4 decades. On the other, one of today's most explosive champions at the peak of his career. Although the age difference is noticeable, Pacquiao is confident that his preparation and experience will tip the scales in his favor. If he wants to fight, let him move up to 147, maybe 145. That's no problem for me, the Filipino said in a recent interview. Pacquiao's future. Pacquiao, designated by the World Boxing Council as the #1 welterweight contender, still has a place among the elite. If Davis rejects the offer, the Filipino is already considering an alternative plan, facing Rolly Romero, the current WBA champion, which would also guarantee spectacle and media attention. Everything points to Pacquiao's official return taking place in December 2025. The main question is whether Gervonta Davis will accept the challenge, and if so, whether he will be willing to take the risk of moving up a division to face a legend who still refuses to say goodbye.